a big display, multiple cameras, and just a wonderful overall package here. How does the S24 Ultra perform, especially in my first 5 days with it? Let's find out. Hi, I'm Captain Awesome, this is Geekception. I would really appreciate if you left a like and subscribe, as it will really help me and it will go a long way for me. And I've already done a 24 hours later video of the S24 Ultra right here, so go check that out. Link will be in the descriptions right there below. Let's start off with day 2. Today is day 2 of using the Samsung Galaxy S24 Ultra, and I actually spent it mostly editing reels and posting to my social media, like this one of the ultra zoom capability of the phone, and also I think this one, which is the camera test, which I just put together some clips in the camera test. And I'd gone to the library, I was just editing this throughout, and one thing that really surprised me is the phone did not get hot when I was doing it. And I remember my Z Flip 5, if I tried to do that on my Z Flip 5, oh my god, it's going to be so hot. So the phone stayed really cool, and the only parts I would notice if it ever got hot was the titanium frame near the top here. But I think if you give it 10 minutes and it's already cool again. And also I left the house with 79% battery life, and when I got back home at the end of the day, it was about at 15%. So this is considering the fact that I also took so many photos, I also took so many videos here on the phone, and those are stuff you're already seeing on screen right now. I went for a run, and on my run I also took so many photos and videos as well. So definitely I've used this phone a lot, and I'm really impressed by just how the battery is able to hold up. So I am currently running and shooting in 4K 60 frames per second, just a test of how the stabilization is going to be actually while I run. So one thing I wish on the front camera here is I wish that it was a bit more wider. It seems very tight, especially when on video mode. On photo mode I think it's okay, but I think on video mode I wished it were just a little bit wider. Also, I'm by the side of the road, so it'd be nice to see how it actually isolates all of this noise in the city. And of course, because we have that 10x zoom, we can always just zoom in really close. And this is how, if you're wondering how it is at night, this is how it is. So this is 10x, this is 5x, this is 3x, this is 1x, and we are back to 0.6x. And of course at the 10x there, it does get a little bit mushy. You lose some of the light. It's not as sharp compared to, let's say, the 1x here, or even I would say the 3x, which is also still bright, at least as what I can see in my viewfinder right now. But overall, I would say not looking bad at all. Now, as I said, I headed out today to take photos, and I have some observations from all the photos and videos that I've been taking all throughout the day today. Now, I'm currently exploring from 0.6x range of photos to the 10x range, and it's been a fun journey because this range allows me to be able to see things from different perspectives that I would not have been able to experience on other phones, that's for sure. And what's more, even in low light conditions at night, the camera performance also impressed me actually. And I would say I took several photos during my run, and especially when one photo in particular in portrait mode where people were walking in front of the frame, and it still managed to isolate the subject while also sort of having that natural motion blur, which is always very nice. And also I would say the camera here on the S24 Ultra has been my favorite feature so far on the phone. Ah, there he is. I see you. And today is day 3 of using the S24 Ultra, and I use the phone mostly at home, going through social media, and at night I came out to take some night street photography, and I've been impressed. I'm not going to lie, I've been impressed by the S24 Ultra, just by how I'm able to capture so many shots, especially with the 5x camera, and they've turned out really nicely. So yes, that is day 3 of using the S24 Ultra, and of course I'm shooting this right now on the front camera UHD 60 frames per second. And today is day 4 of me using the S24 Ultra right here, and I'm shooting inside. The fan is on. I only have one big light turned on, And I'm, doing this, I think, a bit more differently because I actually want to use the device itself to shoot whatever it is I'm saying, right? So, okay, boom. One of the things I noticed earlier during my, first impressions with this device is that the front video camera is very cropped in. Like, as you can see, I have to hold it like really far away from me to be able to actually get that separation. But video I can understand, but it also happened for photos as well. So something I then noticed was that because I had set my sort of aspect ratio to 9:16 when taking photos, when I actually take front facing photos, whether it's in just the normal photo mode or the portrait mode, it actually crops in by a lot. And I learned that, okay, the way to be able to actually get the full width is actually to be able to like switch it back to 3:4 or 4:3. I'm not sure which one it is. And that solved that problem, which was great to see. And today I played my favorite game, which is Lego Fortnite on the S24 Ultra, and it handled it perfectly. All the settings were at high, 90 frames per second, and this is a very big phone, so it also like felt very nice just playing on a much bigger phone compared to, like, let's say my Z Flip 5, for example. One thing I did notice was that when using the titanium, when gaming, the titanium frame did get a bit hot, but not too hot that it was uncomfortable to hold. So when it came to gaming performance was great. And the last thing I noticed whenever I would post my photos to Instagram is that it would get a lot more desaturated, which drove me insane because I was like, I take the photo and when I look at it in the gallery of the Samsung S24 Ultra here, it looks amazing. But then when I post it to Instagram, it looks really desaturated. I was like, what's going on? I went online, I searched, I couldn't find whatever the problem was. So one thing I did was I went into the settings under the gallery and I turned off HDR. So basically HDR, if you're not familiar, the high dynamic range with the S24 series, you can actually see HDR both in the camera app and in the gallery app right now. And turning that off meant that the photo I see in my gallery app looks a whole lot closer to the one that would post to Instagram, because Instagram, especially when you post to stories, does not support HDR. So in case you are wondering and you are as frustrated as I am, then that is a fix for you. Yes, you would lose the super nice HDR quality in your gallery app, but if you are like a content creator like me, you would appreciate the more accurate colors and seeing how it's actually going to look when you post it on other social media. Okay, so perhaps maybe the other places I've been doing night tests have a lot more light. This is a nice place because there's like light all around here, but as you can see here, there's almost no light. So this is 0.6x. I want to go all the way to that tower there, okay? So 0.6x. This is 1x, and as you can see how much like that noise clears up at 1x. Let's go to 3x right there, and 3x, it is kind of noisy, at least I can see it on screen, but I don't think it's that bad. 5x, you can see it definitely goes darker, but it also cleans up the noise, which is something I've noticed between the 3x and 5x. If I go back to 3x, you can see it kind of noisy. 5x, clean. Wow, nice. And then we go to 10x, which is I think just a crop, and boom, there you go. So I think because the 10x is a crop of the 5x, you also kind of don't get as much noise there. But yes, that is this test at night with just almost no light here. And today is day 5 of using the S24 Ultra right here. And yeah, AI, let's talk about AI. So basically there are many AI features here on the phone, especially let's say this one, which is about like the writing and grammar. I did not really use that much. Actually, surprisingly, the AI feature I used the most is actually in the Notes app. So like in the Notes app here, I use this, like for example, if I select here, convert to text, this is like one of the most God-sent AI feature that I use, auto format right here, headers and titles. Yeah, so this I used a lot throughout my period. I take a lot of notes, and I really appreciate the fact that it can already do all of this right here. Another AI feature I used a lot throughout my review period, especially today, is the removal. So the generative field, they call it. So for example, for this image, let's say I want to remove this, which is the mic right there. So I'm just going to tap on edit right here. I'm going to click on generate. I'm going to circle with the S Pen right here. It's going to detect that that's what I want to remove. I'm going to press and hold. I'm going to click delete. I'm going to click generate. And with the power of editing, boom, it has been generated. And yeah, like so nice to be able to just, quickly do this easily right here. Performance wise here on the S24 Ultra today and for my entire review period, I would say has been fantastic. I have literally zero complaints. The phone has been very, very fast. I've customized it to my own sort of usage right here. And I have no complaints when it comes to the camera. Is this a phone of the year contender for me? I'll definitely say yes. It's a big display. It's a vibrant display. It's got, all the cameras I could possibly want, especially that 5X. I've settled on my favorite camera here, and it definitely has to be the 5X right here. I love the 5X camera on this thing. And yeah, it's just been a pleasurable experience using this phone for this entire 5 days. I cannot wait to bring a 3-month update video, a 6-month update video, and hopefully a 1-year update video as well. And maybe even like a 7-year update video. Who knows? That would be fantastic, actually, making a 7-year update video of how this phone is in like 2031. That would be super cool. Anyways, thank you so much for watching this video with me. Tell me what are some of your own thoughts and opinions about the S24 Ultra right here. And yes, until the next video, I shall catch you next time. Don't forget to stay awesome. I've been Captain Awesome, this is Geekception. Bye.